Recording.
Good. All right, it's 1 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. Start off with a roll call.
William Beavers is excused. Tara George. Dave Simmons.
Here.
Margaret Wilson is excused and Ray Baker is excused. Rebecca Danino.
Here.
John Farquhar.
Here.
Jim McCready.
Here.
Mark Souza.
Here.
Ron Warner. Dave Brennan. He said he was coming. Jill Dunham. Ken Kurt.
Here.
Josh Wells. Carl Turner.
Here.
Ken Chakowski.
Here.
Tom Pasquarelli.
Present.
Aaron Robinson. Nikki Schwartz is excused. Anthony Agresta. Sid Chase.
Here.
Timothy Foster is excused. Victor Jones.
Present.
Elizabeth McGowan is present. Damon West is excused. Dan Bixby.
Here.
Owen Hahn.
Here.
Howard Huth is excused. Judith Tiffany.
Here.
Peter Nichols. Lou Jones. And Dr. Markowitz asked for an excuse, but his term of service is done. So we have a quorum, sir.
All right. Introduction of guests.
Looks like Alec Pacer and is our only guest today. Tim's part of the group. Part of the group.
All right. Everyone should have received the minutes from May 24th. Is there any comments, additions, deletions, corrections? If not, I will take a motion to approve.
So move.
Any discussion? All in favor? Correspondence will also be in the minutes. Chairman's report. I just want to touch on one thing. Tim, myself, Jim Stairs, and a couple of the accounting people are working on trying to create a full-time position in REMO to accommodate both our agency, or REMS, and the REMO, or Hudson Mohawk REMSCOs. So I know when we had signed our contract with them, there was some discussion who goes to where and what. We are trying to put one person in that position full-time so that if there's never a question, you're going to go to that liaison every single time, 5 days a week. And we met this morning for about an hour, I think, and we discussed it. Everyone thought it was a great idea. Right now we're just trying to see how the state contracts come together, because we tried to push to have them combined so that we didn't have to do all the accounting work twice, and hopefully there's some cost savings in that, and that cost savings will help fund that position. So we are working diligently on trying to make improvements to that, and I think we're kind of leading the way in the entire state with this at this point. So more to come at the September meeting. I know the accounting team will work next Monday.
Yeah, they're gonna meet Monday morning.
To try to get that funded, and then hopefully that goes through. Secretary's report.
I've been in touch with Susie Barnett at the CARES program, and she is willing to offer several evening CARES trainings via website training to enroll and train a representative from each agency in the CARES data entry. So that is something that I'll try to set up. She offered days, and I said most of my groups are volunteers, so evenings would be better. And she's willing to get those set up. So she and I will be working on getting those set up and advertised so agencies can become care reporting agencies. There is a new REMS REMO contact sheet out here that's been updated to give all the email addresses for who to contact if you need something done. All agencies should complete the online National Pre-Hospital Readiness Project Assessment online. This is part of the EMSC EMS for Children program. The assessment can be found at www.emspedsready.org. Additionally, I've handed out to each of the county representatives a list of who has completed them and who has not. I also completed a CLIA waiver audit today, and I've handed that out to each county representative. It does not show if each agency is a glucose agency or not. I don't have access to that. I can only report on the ones that are in the system, and it doesn't show any of them that are in progress. So I'll work with Alex and get that, cleaned up and more accurate. Because Mark, you said yours has been sitting for however long.
Yeah, and the counties went in last year and they don't have nothing.
Yeah, so,
I just got mine, it was over a year.
So the other thing that I've gotten email on is, and I'll hand this around, this is the MURU statistics and analytics for AREM's first quarter. It breaks down usage, and it breaks down top 5 protocol searches, both ALS and BLS. So I have, will start receiving the MURU statistics every quarter on that. That is my report, sir.
All right, treasurer's report.
Our REMSCO savings started with $4,151.72. The closing balance was $4,152.13 with a deposit of 93 cents. REMSCO operating, $1,164.95. Expenditures of $1,056.45, deposit of $60.30, have a balance of $168.80. CON account, $16,172.28. No expenditures or deposits for the same closing balance. I have one guiltless item left to take care of. I am working on getting all the vouchers for the 6 quarters that have not been submitted, processed, and probably by Monday I'll be overnighting them to Tim for submission. It's kind of my one thing that's still hanging out there for me to take care of.
The only thing that I want to add to the treasurer's report is we did receive our independent accountant audit. If anyone wants to see it, by all means, feel free. Everything looked to be in order with that. With that said, I will take a motion to accept the treasurer's report. Tara?
I am not voting.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Any abstain or opposed? Regional program update.
Okay, for credentialing, and I think some folks might know about these new providers. We were unsure if they were previously reported, so I'll throw them out there now. Royce Terry is a new paramedic for Sydney. Jasmine McDonald's new paramedic for Lake Valley. And Brianna Kelly is a new AEMT for St. Johnsville. EPCR's 2 agencies, Edmiston Fire District went with Image Trend. Town of Richfield Springs went with Image Trend Elite. PAD, I'm unsure if these are updates or originals, but it's a City of Gloversville Summer Rec Program. Gloversville PD, I think that's an original actually, I spoke to their chief. Iroquois Job Corps and Deerfoot Lodge. Agency Operating Search, these are all updates. Conesville Rescue Squad, Village of Cobleskill, and Garrettsville EMS Squad. BLS modalities, not much. IGEL, we had none processed this month, though I just received an application from Cobleskill, and that's moving forward now. So they'll probably be approved by, next week or the week after. It went down to the Hudson Valley REMSCO. No Narcan, no Epi. Roxbury signed on for glucometry. No CPAP, no 12 lead. Just a reminder, the REMAC is on summer hiatus. Next meeting is scheduled for September 4th, 2024. And one last thing, I speak to what Tom mentioned earlier. We're moving forward with a proposal to combine the REMO AREMS program agency contracts. We think this would simplify a lot of things, including bookkeeping. Right now, it's redundant to run 2 separate contracts, 2 separate bookkeeping programs to get everything going. There is precedence for this. 2 other regions have done this. Somewhat out central New York, 2 agencies out there, and obviously Mountain Lakes and North Country have done this. I don't think there's any reason for the state to deny our proposal. It's in the hands of the state right now, and Ryan Greenberg has it. So once we do find out, you guys will be the next to know. And that concludes my report.
I have one other EPCR that came in on the 30th. It hit my spam, and I just found it last night. Town of Hancock Ambulance submitted a 5136 to change their EPCR to the state image trend. This somehow got buried in spam. And then we have 2 disciplinary actions that I will, one for someone in Pine Bush, New York, and one for someone in Geneva, New York, that I will include in the minutes.
Training.
Came to me.
Okay. Alex, do you have anything you want to bring up?
Not in particular.
I don't think we have anything for transportation.
No, just that we let Montgomery County Emergency Medical Services know that we needed their application by November 1st, 2024.
State Council we did last week, or last month.
Next meeting, September 18th.
REMAC. Anybody have
I
anything?
gave you your list. You want me to do it? You want me to go ahead with it, Doctor?
Yeah, you want to go?
Okay. The Stanford Joint Fire District application for approval of service to provide ALS level care was approved. They got everything in. And they didn't know they needed a CLIA waiver, so they applied for one. Pasico Volunteer Fire Department Ambulance, BLS modality for check and inject was added in they don't vote on them in REMO, they just kind of report on them. So I think that's probably the best way for us to go. Roxbury Fire Department blood glucometry. The 2024 collaborative protocol optional medications were reviewed, and acetaminophen, cefzolin, haloperidol, nitroglycerin, IV, nitrous oxide, oxymetazoline, tetracaine, and TXA were all regionally approved or reapproved. Moxifloxacin was not regionally approved as a medication. Jim, this one's for you, the timeline for delayed extrication and arrival to definitive care in the musculoskeletal trauma protocol was set at 1 hour. Request for clarification about the ARMS REMAC policy from November 18, 2004 that states, resolved if an EMS call is presented as requiring ALS either by dispatch or by state BLS protocol, a basic EMT on the scene may call off ALS by contacting medical control if the basic EMT deems ALS is not necessary. Both REMACs reaffirm this policy as it stands right now. The REMAC will be discussing the revision of this policy over the summer to be presented in September. I presented the Muru use statistics, the same handout that I'm passing around. There was an agency in REMO that was asking to go live with nitrous oxide, and the big point out of that was that it was clarified that a patient that's been administered nitrous oxides, that controlled substances should not be used. Physicians will be developing guidelines that state one or the other, but not both. An RSI summary will need to be presented to the REMAC annually, criteria and dates to be determined. Specialty protocols, austere wilderness protocols for the New York State Forest Rangers were presented and endorsed. They were further discussed at the protocol committee meeting. And the Headwaters EMS application for approval of service to provide ALS level of care was tabled as it was not complete. And they too didn't realize they needed a CLIA waiver and applied for one immediately.
Alex, what is the law, I guess, or rule? If you apply for a CLIA waiver, can you
use glucometry, or can you not?
I'd have to double check, but I believe you have to have the CLIA to do glucometry.
You have to have it, because I had to do research for our volunteer. You have to have the CLIA waiver in order to do glucometry.
Okay. County reports, Delaware.
That's
There
you?
may, no, there's in Hancock, there's an EMT course going on, and there's a course, EMT course that's being put together to start. We just finished a surface water rescue technician course in Walton, put on by Homeland Security, which was very well attended and received, and a number of EMS technicians, because we do get calls on and including the water.
Did you mention the EMT refresher in Margaret?
Excuse me?
Did you mention the refresher in Margaret?
Did they set that date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the fall.
Seago.
We've got a EMT refresher currently running with a EMT original refresher starting in SUNY in August and one in the fall at our office in Cooperstown. And Damon's working on finalizing an AEMT original refresher.
Is your fall one in your office an original and a refresher?
Yep, all of ours are combined now, minus the one that we're currently running
Right.
as a
And
standalone
then
refresher.
AEMT, and when is that projected to start?
The fall.
Thank you.
Yep.
Harry.
We've sent paperwork in to take our BLS agency to ALS. The redundancy in the paperwork is just, it's redundant. I have two agencies, so we're just kind of mushing them together. I believe the state already has theirs. They're just waiting for approval from the state and the BNE. Operations ways, it's going to work the same way. We have fly cars for the county, and then we'll have our ambulances. This just allows the ALS guy to get on the BLS ambulance and not write two charts, because that's just silly. What is the criteria to go from like ALS down to BLS within the region? Is it a simple way of doing it? Because I have the packet to go the other way, and it seems like I'm a lot of redundancies between the state, the BNE, and then what REMO, or our agency wants, program agency. Is there a way to maybe make a motion to redo that process? It seems awful
We're working on that. I have put in a
ridiculous
request
in
to
its
the
sense.
state.
It's like a CON altogether itself.
I put a request into the state for clarification, and it's gone to licensure, and the process is working through to say, what does the state require, what can the region require?
Okay, so
You know,
there's something
but things like
happening in
that
motion
CLIA
to
waiver, we
kinda
keep- you know,
update it.
It isn't caught at the state level, I'm catching it at our level, so, but it's in progress, it's in licensure, I put a written request in for clarification. So,
All right,
it's being worked on.
Yeah, I just wonder if there's a way to just, it's just a lot that's already been kind of already done. And I was actually going to say if we want to do a motion to redo that, but if it's already something in works,
Yeah,
cool.
the biggest thing with that is the narcotics, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, just
You
sort.
work with the to dispose of the narcotics.
Yeah, I was just thinking, for the region, what the state wants, you have a certificate from the BNE, and that would be what we present to the region and say, hey, here, we've done our paperwork.
Yeah, but that
Good or
isn't
bad?
it, unfortunately, we discovered that agencies didn't know they needed a CLIA waiver, didn't have a medical director agreement, didn't understand medical malpractice and liability insurance until they started asking questions. So it was a matter of trying to make sure that everything that makes for a good business, regardless of what your framework is in place before you start doing, and you understand all of this.
And just one last thing, I don't submit that packet until I know I got approval from the state and the BNE, right? Once that's all together, just, there you go.
So
Basically.
just clarify for me, you're taking Schoharie EMS to ALS?
Yes, so
Okay.
we're
So
gonna
it-
eventually dissolve 4799, the critical care team, and we're gonna make 6279 just an ALS agency that has fly cars and ambulances. Ambulances will be BLS for now until the county says you can have more money.
But it's all the same.
The operational is the same, just
Yeah,
on
the-
paper,
the-
it's gonna be,
The owner
Yep.
is the county.
yep,
Yeah, I would work with
I'm already in works with Alex on this.
And Andy, because you
Yeah,
can do that.
he's in on it.
Yeah, we already spoke with him.
And
Yeah, we had a
what's-
nice little meeting, so we
what's
were like, here's the
Gary-
steps we're gonna do. I'm just letting you guys know what we're doing.
What's Gary's number, just so I get this?
4799 is Cook Care Team, and 6279 is Schoharie EMS.
Thank you very much. It just helps me get it straight in my head when I rewrite this.
Because I know what they did for us, we were able to transfer with an MOU, we were able to transfer our narcotics to the new.
I think I had to just start fresh, and that's what they decided to do on this one, so. But otherwise, I mean, for our NARC plan, I just changed out the name of Cook Care Team, put in EMS, it's the same NARC plan, and all that kind of stuff. The operations itself is identical, it's just one agency on paper, basically. Otherwise, nothing else.
All right. Montgomery County, the only thing we have an EMT course going on right now. It will test out, I believe, the end of July. And that's it. Fulton County,
Wasn't at this time.
Hamilton County.
New EMT course starting in September.
And that
refresher,
is,
right?
is that original refresher as well?
Original and refresher.
Yep.
Wells Ambulance is also gonna go with EMS charts for our
Have you submitted that?
ECCR.
Have you submitted
I
that
have a
paperwork?
Zoom meeting with them to start the process in about an hour.
Okay, so we do need the DOH 5136.
Very good.
Old business.
Don't think we have anything.
Bunch of new business, a lot of the housekeeping stuff.
Yeah, let me just check old business real quick. The October meeting, and that you'll sign any of the core sponsor rules that come in.
New business.
Like to bring up that it's time, it's our annual meeting, so it's time to renew our medical director agreement contract with Dr. Fisher. I'd like to offer a motion resolved that the agreement with Dr. Fisher to serve as Aaron's Regional Medical Director is renewed for the period from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, under the same terms and conditions as the previous agreement.
You have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Congratulations. Yeah, the next order of business would be elections. Jack?
Yes, the committee has talked to the present officers, Tom, Sid, and Beth. They have all agreed to serve for another year, and the committee would nominate the whole slate. And at this time, I would open the nominations from the floor. If they have any nominations, now is the time. Any nominations from the floor? Any nominations? Any nominations? If not, I would ask that the nominations be closed and the clerk cast one ballot for the present slate of officers.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Like,
Any discussion?
Who over here seconded for a different meeting?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
And thank you.
yeah.
Any other new business from the floor?
Just one item I probably should have had under my report. Cooperstown EMS is looking for volunteers for the National Baseball Hall of Fame weekend, July 20th and 21st. Beth, if I get you a flyer, can you
Yep.
send it to this group?
Any other new business? Our next meeting is gonna be September 19th, I believe here.
Just to note too, that's the same day as EMS Memorial, the reschedule.
Okay.
and that's the day after CMAX REMSCO.
Go a week, see if we can check with the hotel and see if we can go out a week.
Yeah. Does anybody have any opposition to that?
No.
Thanks for bringing that up, Alex. I forgot that.
We'll find out real quick.
September 19th?
September 19th.
They're looking to move it.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but part.
Usually it's in May. But so they ran out of room on the original memorial. So they had to create a new memorial. That new memorial didn't arrive in May, so they pushed the memorial services off till September. Is what I took from the emails.
They can't answer me right now.
Okay.
We'll just wait for an email.
Oh, but that Thursday, I don't have it.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah, so, no, that means maybe this year I can actually,
Oh, we're out.
we can go. Take the picture of it.
Okay, Kathy's not here today.
It's just not really cool.
Mark, do you have enough room?
What's that?
Do you have enough room? Have a meeting
If
with
we
the
needed,
OC?
if we didn't have,
Yeah, we have enough,
yeah, there should be enough if it's like this.
yeah. I would say if we.
Yes.
Yeah, we got enough.
Okay, well, that's an option as well.
What day?
What day you want it?
Would be the
Well, if we
26th.
change location, I'd keep it the same day, September 19th, but if we can get here,
Oh, yeah, so there's room too in Schoharie. Just throw it out there.
there's also room in Schoharie, okay?
We will keep everybody updated on that.
I vote Schoharie.
I'm gonna be on vacation. so
Sorry,
we can have
guys.
our place anymore. Mark will take care of it.
We don't know yet. We're gonna,
We'll let you know in a
well,
minute.
get out,
South of a mountain.
and I'll put out multiple reminders.
So much better.
A lot closer to you.
There you are.
If there's no other new business, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Have a
Alright,
good
so
summer.
that was Jones. Well, you don't meet Howard's,